Today I'm going to be reading in the Bible from a passage found in 2 Chronicles 24, 17 through 20. And it says, after the death of Jehoaida, the officials of Judah came and paid homage to the king, and he listened to them. They abandoned the temple of the Lord and the God of their ancestors and worshipped Ashereth poles and idols. Because of their guilt, God's anger came on Judah and Jerusalem, although the Lord sent prophets to bring the people back to him, and though they testified against them, they would not listen. Then the Spirit of the Lord came on Zechariah, son of Jehoaida, the priest, and he stood before the people and said, "This is what God says. Why do you disobey the Lord's commands? You will not prosper. Because you have forsaken the Lord, he has forsaken you." We see earlier on King Josiah, this story is about King Josiah, it says in verses beforehand, in verse 1 through 2, Joash was 7 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 40 years. His mother's name was Zibiah, and she was from Beersheba. Joash did what was right in the eyes of the Lord all the years of Jehoaida the priest. But then it goes on to say, after the death of Jehoaida, the officials of Judah came to pay homage to the king, and he listened to them. And so basically what we have is his mentor, his godly mentor, dies, and then he begins to start to listen to the advice that leads him astray. So we got to understand this passage. It seemed as if Joash was a good king, as if he was faithful to the Lord. But it apparently looks like his faithfulness only went as far as his mentor. And so when his mentor was gone, he all heck broke loose at that point. And so the basic concept of this message today is about how, our faith shouldn't be in other people. It shouldn't be in even a Christian leader or a pastor or anything like that. We should have a personal faith in Jesus Christ for ourselves. Otherwise, when that person fails, lets us down, or passes on, we won't have much left. We must have a personal commitment to Jesus Christ ourselves. And we can see clearly that Joash's commitment to the Lord wasn't very deep as it seemed to be. He did a lot of things to repair the temple of the Lord, but when his mentor died, he kind of just abandoned the work of the Lord, it says, and abandoned the temple. And so what we must understand is there's times where Christian leaders and people in the church will let us down, but if our confidence is rooted in Christ, we'll still stay stable, even if something happens to them, even if someone falls that we respected. We'll know that Jesus Christ is for real. He is faithful even when human beings let us down, or pass away, or die, So our true commitment is in Christ, not in another person, as we see. And so, if Joash had been truly committed to the Lord, his God, he would have remained faithful even after Jehoiada died. What ends up happening later on in the story is, after he's confronted by Jehoiada's son, he conspires with his officials to have Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada, stoned to death. And God later on repays him for that evil act of treachery. And we see it's the verse says, since you have forsaken the Lord your God, he has forsaken you. And so the Bible clearly talks about if we disown him, actually, I believe it is in the book of Timothy, either the first or second book, it says, if we disown him, he will disown us. And so basically we must stay committed to the faith. We must endure till the end, as Jesus says. And we must not be like the seed sown among the bad soils, like the thorny soil, which springs up and then gets choked out. Our faith must endure and pass the test of time, and true faith will indeed do that. God bless.